What up? Hope y'all are doing well. This is going to be another Bitcoin update. It's been a few days since I posted a video, and price has done something pretty significant here. So let's talk about the developments since my last video. So price has put in a lower low. We, at the time of my last video, had not taken out this low yet. We're still looking at the possibility of getting a deeper retracement for that 4-hour lower high. And I said that if we came back down to touch the low before coming up to that significant area, like the golden pocket 0.5 retracement, that zone that I was watching, if we continued market structure before getting a move up to that area, I wouldn't really be interested in it anymore because the idea of us putting in a 4-hour lower high in that area doesn't really work anymore because in order to get up to there, we have to flip the 4-hour structure back to bullish. The lower high is now already put in and it's right here. And this could potentially be more of a bullish thing. We put in a lower high that's pretty close to price. I think it'd be relatively easy for us to take that out and flip this 4-hour structure back to bullish, which, it flipping bearish up here was a reason why I was kind of getting just general bearish about this range, maybe thinking that eventually we will try to break it to the downside. But if that flips back to bullish, then, I can't really be feeling, at least immediate bearish. I could maybe think that we're going to top out somewhere in this range still, and maybe we just rotate up to the high, maybe even taking out the high, putting in a slightly higher high. But yeah, this gives us an opportunity for more of a short-term kind of change in sentiment. If we break bullish, then I would be prioritizing longs, at least until I'm proven otherwise. And, a main target would probably be like a rotation back up to these highs, just kind of like continuing to trade in this range. So price taking out this low was the main update that has happened. And we have so far front ran this key level over here, basically the daily higher low. And it's slightly different on Binance. I know on Bybit it is a little bit lower. Here it is 40,100 and on Binance it's 40,200. So they're pretty close, but Bybit's is a little lower, and we front ran both of them. We haven't taken out that low yet, and just based off of this 4-hour market structure, we can look at a bullish and bearish scenario basically, with the bullish scenario being us breaking this high right here, and then potentially getting a rotation back to the high end of this range, or we just continue this 4-hour downtrend and we just end up breaking lower, breaking out of this range, breaking higher time frame structure. And yeah, I'd probably say that'd be the bearish scenario. Because as we know, if that happens, I think that opens the door to lower prices. I think there's reason for us to retrace deeper. And, us losing this range could be, kind of the first evidence of that happening. Now, we are right now getting some more lower time frame signs of bullishness. If we go down to, let's say the 2-hour or the 1-hour, you can see that we have already had a bullish transition. We put in this lower low on the 1-hour, a lower high, and then a lower low before taking out that lower high. And we did close above it with a break. Not, a super great break so far, but we did clearly close above it. But so far we're just kind of, farting around here, not doing a whole lot of anything. But this could potentially be the first sign that, price wants to work its way up to this higher time frame lower high. And that is, at least a local sign of bullishness here. And Bitcoin is starting to pump a little bit, so we'll see what happens at this high now. That's the important high to watch. So now let's run through Market Cipher real quick. I don't think we have to look at the weekly time frame. Nothing has changed yet on this, I don't believe. So yeah, no changes with the weekly time frame. Let's go down to the daily. So the last time I was looking at the daily, we were looking at this VWAP curve. Let me zoom in. We were looking at this VWAP curving to the upside, saying that, hey, maybe we can see this VWAP cross, print a green dot somewhere. Maybe it ends up being above the zero line. Maybe it doesn't. And we have seen momentum come down a bit more. VWAP kind of hooked over, started flopping over a little bit, but now it is starting to turn back up towards the zero line. And the momentum wave is looking like it's in a decent area to bottom out. The white part is starting to clip in a little bit, showing that, hey, maybe it wants to bottom out here. So what I'd say from this is, obviously we see the overall direction is still pointing down. Money flow is pointing down. Momentum is coming down. But right now it's looking like we could get a bit of a temporary bottom here. Maybe we see momentum come back up and, put in a lower high essentially. which I think could, pretty much result in us getting another rotation back up to the high end of this range. So if that scenario were to take place, if we're going to break structure, then I'd expect this daily momentum wave to bottom out. And yeah, if it puts in a lower high, that could co-align with us topping out around the high end of this range. 4 hour is looking a little iffy for a bottom, I have to say. Like, we didn't really get great bottoming signs here. Money flow put in a lower low as price did. It looks like momentum even put in a lower low, and it did. So we don't have any divs on the low. We don't really see money flow with like a nice, overall curvature down, and then a curvature back up. We're starting to see it move back up a little bit, but it is kind of hooking over a little bit. Maybe it wants to, come back down for one more low, and then we can kind of see this, overall curvature back to the upside. We are also seeing the VWAP, kind of having this jagged top here. It looks like maybe the momentum wave wants to, print another red dot, come back down. So, 4 hours not looking great for a bottom. If we just start pumping up though, then, we have seen these kind of weird bottoms before where we don't really get great signs on the 4 hour. But I would say it would look better if price came back down, maybe even put in a lower low, maybe even wicked out this key level, and then we could get some nice bottoming signals on the 4 hour. We could see bullish divs with money flow and momentum as we put in that last lower low. It would give time for this 4 hour money flow to look a little better. The 3 hour looks similar to the 4 hour, except, the money flow does look a little better on this 3 hour. It is, getting more of an aggressive move to the upside. It's not really looking like it's clipping off to the downside. Recently it's getting another move to the upside. It looks like it might cross the zero line, and we kind of have better overall curvature here. Even though we did put in a lower low when we bottomed, it's still looking just better in terms of overall curvature. Now this 2 hour is definitely looking a lot better. We actually have some bottom signals on this 2 hour. We got bullish divs with money flow and momentum. We have better curvature with the money flow on the 2 hour. The 2 hour, bottomed out pretty aggressively and then has this nice overall curvature back to the upside. It has now crossed into the green. Not great follow through once it crossed into the green, but maybe that doesn't matter. We could still see this start to grow overall. And we got 2 drives of bullish divs as we made that bottom. So we got bullish divs here originally as price put in this lower low, and then we got another local bullish div as we put in the final low with the same thing on money flow. We saw a bullish div from here to here, and we saw a local one from here to here. So the 2 hour does have the bottom signals that I would have liked to see on the 4 hour, and it is looking like it's developing decently. We'll have to see how, money flow acts right here. I'd like to see it start to grow. And if price is going to continue pumping like this, then I'd expect that it probably would. So definitely looking better on the 2 hour. And, based on this 2 hour, I'd say we are more likely to see this 4 hour just kind of bottom out like this, even though it looks weird. I am still considering the possibility of us putting in a lower low because of this 4 hour, but the 2 hour makes me think that, we don't necessarily have to. And the 1 hour again is looking much more bullish. We had a nice curvature to the upside here, and money flow came back into the red, put in a higher low basically with money flow as price put in a lower low. We saw pretty much bullish divs on all the lows as well. We saw that 2 drive of bullish divs from here to here, and then from here to, is it here where we got that second bottom? Yeah. So pretty much same thing. Even, no, not really local bullish divs with money flow, but overall we are seeing that it is putting in higher lows. So I think the 1 hour looks pretty decent as well. So looking at it from, a value area perspective of this entire range, we have gotten back above the value area low. Looks like we're even trying to hold it as support here, and pulling up buy bits value area as well. We are above that. And, it's a little lower, but, we still got above it. Now we're kind of holding support. Let's see if we can put in a higher high here. And the Binance point of control is different from Bybits. But, I'd say if we start putting in higher highs inside of this range, and then especially if we can get above the point of control, I'd feel a lot better about a rotation back to the upside. But again, the main level right now that I am watching is this high, and of course the lows. And I think once price starts testing either this high or this low, that's when we'll start to, get an idea of where price is going. But that doesn't mean I'm going to sit around and, not trade while I'm waiting for that to happen. I am taking scalps. And, right now I'd say just based on the lower time frames and how good the 1 hour and 2 hour market cipher are looking, I am prioritizing longs. So, I'm looking for trades within these little ranges and possibly looking to hold some longs up towards the high end of this range. All right, well, I think that's everything I wanted to go over. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, also leaving a comment. All that helps to support my channel, and I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next one.